Hey everyone, it's Valerie of A Sensing Soul, and it's Saturday evening, June 13th, 2026. Hope you're doing good. I just got back from seeing the new Disclosure movie. What's funny is I wasn't really, I hadn't been looking for it. I just kept hearing about it, and I didn't have anything going on today, so I just thought, I'll go see a movie. I haven't seen but one movie since COVID, and so, it's not something I do regularly. But anyway, what it did was it reminded me of an experience that I had with a friend of mine named Dana, a childhood friend who lived down the street from me in Atlanta. And I thought I'd share it with you. We were camping behind her house, beyond her yard, down a hill, a slope that went down to a creek that ran the length of the neighborhood. And anyway, so we had laid down some quilts. We brought our sleeping bags and pillows and probably some snacks. And it was just starting to get a little bit dark. And we had been chit-chatting away. And yeah. So anyway, we were chit-chatting like little girls do, young girls do. And we heard this really strange noise, and our conversation immediately stopped. We had been laying down on our sleeping bags and just looking up at the sky and the trees, and there were woods in front of us. We were at the edge of the woods on the other side, on the side of the creek that went up to her yard. But that's what was in front of us, was a creek right in front of us, and then right beyond that was these woods. And anyway, we heard this sound emanating from the left side of the sky, and it sounded quite literally like a springing, like a metal spring going. When I make the noise, it's not going to sound like it sounded. It literally sounded like a metal spring, but it was kind of like boing, boing. Anyway, we immediately stopped talking. We grabbed each other's hands. We didn't say a word. It was so unusual. And that noise stayed over to the left side of the sky. And then we heard a sound coming from the right side of the sky, and it sounded like the emergency siren you hear in foreign countries, like doo 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 doo. I know this sounds crazy, but these noises, wow, that truck was confirmation. Anyway, these two noises, we could clearly, distinctly hear where they were coming from, but we could see nothing. And you could hear them coming together, coming towards each other, like this. Again, right above us. And as they merged, then all of a sudden it fell silent. We're still not talking. I know my heartbeat was racing because I didn't know what was going on. And we couldn't see anything. And then in front of us, through the woods, we saw lights come down into the woods. I think there was a little bit of missing time. And then it was like all of a sudden I don't know what happened, but it was like we both woke up at the same time in a panic. We didn't grab a thing. We just tore up the hill to her house. Woke her parents up. So it had been some time down there. Didn't feel like a lot of time, but we'd been down there for some time. And we were hysterical. And we were saying, you need to call somebody, the police, call the military. Anyway, and the parents had a hard time calming us down. Anyway, just wondered if you had any stories like that you could tell. If so, share it in the comments below. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.